if it feels good to place a little something under your back, we can use a blanket and know that you can always take that away if it's just not feeling good there. So option one is in your kind of wide rectangle is what I've been calling this, your wide rectangle fold, and then just fold that in half again lengthwise. So that's option one. So you have kind of that narrow, long rectangle base of support under the full length of your body with your hips on one end and your head on the other end. Now option number two is to make that a little thinner, like more narrow, and a little thicker, so thinner and thicker. So we're just going to roll that up lengthwise. And like I said, if that feels like it's a little bit much underneath you, you can choose one of the other options. So then what that looks like is like this long noodly thing. And then just roll yourself down. And if it's not quite long enough, grab something else so that your head is not hanging off the end. So you want to be completely supported from head to tail. Keep your knees bent. Your feet are maybe just hips width or just a tad bit wider. And your arms are by your sides to help you feel more steady and balanced there. And we'll just start with a couple of our cleansing breaths to really let the weight of your body sink down onto that blanket. Let the eyes drop closed. And just feel your breath gently coming in. Breathing in through your nose. And out with that long, soft sigh. And just notice where you might be holding any tension. I was just feeling a little bit in my shoulders, so maybe rolling your head a little side to side. Softening any areas that it feels like you might be gripping. Hands, fingers, toes are good places to look for that. Belly, back. And now just see how your body is feeling here. If it's still feeling good, we're going to stay with this position. And if it's not, then you can just take that blanket away. All right, so let's begin with our breathing. So let's place one hand on our belly and one hand on the heart center. So as you breathe in, feel your breath moving into your hands, so into your chest and your belly at the same time. So breathing up into your hands and then down through your back into that blanket, or down into the ground beneath you. Find again that long, soft sigh of your breath as you empty all of your air out. Feel your belly muscles hugging in, your ribs hugging in to help release all of that old air from the lungs. The shoulders are soft. And then we'll do that 2 more breaths. Inhale from the front of the body to the back. Exhale everything. One last time, feel that spaciousness of your breath on the inhale, top to bottom or front to back, and then just feel like you could give your innards a little hug with your exhale. And relax at the end of your breath, and then bring your hands onto the sides of your ribs, and your elbows get to relax on the floor. This time we're going to breathe into the sides of our body, so breathing out into the hands. And let's change our exhale up a little bit. So this time it's going to be a shh, so S-H-H, like you're shushing an upset baby or kitty cat. All right, so just that long, slow exhale. So As you breathe in, think about expanding your breath, moving your breath out into the sides of your body. Exhale with the SH sound. And then keep going on your own 2 more times. And can you feel, especially as well as you're inhaling, can you feel the movement of your ribs into your hands? So sort of up and out to the sides. And then as you're exhaling, can you feel that hug of your ribs back in, like you're drawing the sides of your body in? The feeling is that you could knit your ribs together. Just one more time wherever you are with that. And then relax at the end of your breath. Okay, we have one more direction. So we're going to bring the hands back to the front of the body now. Let's take that hand on your belly just a little lower towards your pelvis, and then maybe the hand on your heart a little higher towards your collarbones. We're going to make one more different sound with our exhale, and this one's just an SSS, kind of placing your tongue behind your front teeth and blowing the breath out that way. So now, as you breathe in, feel your breath creating more length from your hips to your shoulders. Elongating your torso and find that S exhale. Two more times. Last one. Without forcing, maybe you can just notice a little fuller breath coming in and a little longer breath flowing out. Relax at the end of your breath. Bring your arms back to your sides. And just breathing normally again. Checking in to notice how you feel. Maybe rolling your head a little side to side. So our 3D breathing is a really quick and easy way to orient ourselves to home base, to our center, to get in touch with our breathing muscles, with our core, and just aligning to aligning the nervous system to center also. All right. So if you're still comfy on your blanket, we're going to do a couple more things here. And remember, you can always move that out from underneath you at any point in time. So from here, bring your arms up towards the ceiling, palms facing each other. And know that's kind of a 90-degree angle, right? So your arms to your torso, well, what is that, perpendicular, I guess? And then we're going to lower the arms about halfway down towards the knees. So now they're reaching out on a diagonal. And you're going to imagine that you're holding your ball, or a beach ball maybe, between the hands as you draw the shoulder blades back as though you could wrap them maybe around your blanket or just reach them towards the ground. And then as you inhale, reach your fingertips forward. Feel your shoulders pulling forward. There's a little stretch across that upper back. Try not to bend your elbows here as you exhale and draw the shoulders back. Now, you could also do this with the hands clasped, or maybe holding onto an opposite arm if you've got an arm or shoulder that's not as mobile as the other one. Okay, so that works too. So inhale as you reach your arms forward. Shoulders come with you. Exhale as you draw the shoulders back and down. Do that one more time. Inhale, reach. And exhale, draw the shoulders back and down. Let them stay heavy. Now from here, slowly start to float the arms up, overhead, out to the sides, and around. Now, let's do that a couple of times, moving slowly. Maybe inhaling as your arms reach overhead, exhaling, sweeping out and around. Thinking of this as a little bit of a chest opener, but we're also massaging the shoulders. Inhaling as you reach, and exhale as you circle around, and rest your arms right down by your sides. Take a nice big breath right there. Just let everything go. Good. All right. We're going to roll to one side, just rolling off of your blanket. Scoot that out of your way. Just move that off to the side and feel your back on the floor. Maybe keep your knees bent, maybe stretch your legs out. See where your body wants to be and just notice maybe some new information or new awareness through the back of the body. I know it's a funny imagery, but my body always feels like when you cut a cucumber lengthwise and then you scoop out the seeds, that's what it always feels like to me. I know that's weird, but welcome to my world. All right, place your feet back on the floor and then bring your knees to your chest. Just give yourself a little hug, a little rock, side to side. Maybe some circles. Massaging the back of your body. And then around the other way. And as you come back to center, place your feet onto the ground. And we're going to bring the hands, fingers interlaced behind the head. Now, you can do this with both hands behind the head. You can do this with just one hand behind the head. If that feels better for a shoulder or arm. And you can also do this with no hands behind the head, or maybe arms crossed over the front of the chest. So a couple of variations there for you based on how your body feels today. Coming into our arch and curl. Let's begin to tip the pelvis forward. And as you're here, also tip the head slightly back and draw the shoulder blades down towards your back hip pockets. Maybe you can feel them actively sliding down your back. Breathe in here. And as you exhale, start to tuck the hips under, draw the elbows towards each other. And you're curling up, not because you are pulling on your head, but because you're exhaling the front ribs in and down, and your head completely relaxes into your hands. And then roll back down. And again, just know that you can always do this without the head lift, right? So here's your variation for no head lift. We arch. And then as you exhale, flatten your low back to the floor, squeeze the elbows together, slide your front ribs down towards your hips. So your variation, again, as you arch the back, tip the head back, slide your shoulders towards your hips. And as you exhale, scoop the tummy in, slide the ribs down and curl in. And we'll just do a couple more. So warming up the body, warming up the whole core here, front of the body and back of the body. Two more, inhaling as you arch. Exhaling out through the mouth will oftentimes give you the deeper connection into your core. So one more time. And the next time you inhale, lower down, release the arms to your sides, take a deep breath and relax. All right, now rolling all the way over onto your side, rolling all the way over onto your belly. And we're going to come into our back lift series. It's called X's because we're sort of making that X or that diagonal line, that contraction from one shoulder to the opposite hip. And so we'll start with our left arm down by our side and our right hand under our cheek. So we're looking into the right elbow. And just take a breath to relax there. Now from here, so let me say this about our breath. I know I've mentioned this before, but it's just something good to always know about because I get a lot of questions about it. So the question is, how should I breathe? And for the most part, for this one, I'm going to say breathe how it feels good in your body. And here's what you might feel. So if you lift on the inhale, it can be more challenging, but you're also getting that expansion through the belly, through the ribs, through the chest. So the breath sort of helps to float you up. But if you're finding that really challenging, lift on your exhalation because that will start to engage your core muscles a little bit more, and then it just gives you a bit more support. My only caution with lifting on the exhalation is make sure you're not bracing, like creating a lot of tension and bracing your body. So let it stay supple as much as you can. That's my spiel. Let's move. All right, so left arm by your side, left cheek on your right hand. From here, we're going to lift the elbow, head, chest, and left leg. And just let that left arm stay as relaxed on the floor as possible. And then slowly lower back down. So I'll go ahead and guide you through trying this with the breath in a couple of different ways on this side, and then maybe you can decide what feels best for you on the other side. So let's do this. Let's inhale as we float the upper body and left leg up. Remember, it does not matter how high you lift. Feel that contraction from your right shoulder to your left hip, and then exhale as you lower down. When you lower, you want to feel that letting go for a moment. And then again, inhale, we lift back up. And exhale, we lower down, soften. Now pause here. Staying on the floor now as you breathe in, we're going to change our breath. And then as you exhale, lift the upper body and left leg. So now you've got a little bit more information, right? You know what it feels like to lift on your inhale. We're going to inhale, lower down. Now you're getting to know what it's like to lift on your exhale. Exhale, coming back up. And as you lower down, relax completely. Bring both hands under your head. And then we're going to come to the other side. Okay, so bring your right arm down by your side. Turn your head to look into your left elbow. So your cheek is resting on your hand. They're just going to stay connected.
You choose which breath you want to do, or you can always change it up and do a little bit of both as we bring the upper body and the right leg up. And just think about that right shoulder, right arm, not pushing into the floor, but just staying relaxed and connected on the ground. And then lower. So flowing slowly in and out of this back lift movement. Bringing your attention to that contraction that we're creating from the left shoulder to the right hip. So all the way across your back. Lengthening and strengthening. Let's do one more. And then as you lower, relax. Bring both hands under the forehead and take a breath. Let's roll onto our side now. So I'm coming onto my left side, and the knees are going to come in front of the hips. And that left arm can be under your head, or you can bring your blanket or pillow there and pull that left arm in front of you. So our Restore the Core series for creating a really strong awareness of our center, of our core body, of how to move more efficiently from our center and from our core, because that really supports us in every aspect of our everyday lives. And so it creates that ease, that suppleness and strength both at the same time. So option to bring that right arm overhead. Okay. Option number 2, to just move through the arm and not lift the head. So let's just review those. So no head lift will be arm overhead, and then you're going to press the arm down and pick up that top heel. You're keeping your knees together. There's that side body contraction. Good morning, side body. And then lower your foot, lower your arm. Again, it's just pressing the arm down. Foot comes up, knees stay together. And then inhale, create that length. Choosing to stay with that variation or wrapping your hand around your head and continue as now your armpit, your elbow reaches up with your head, curling into your side body and then lower back down. So this one does have a little bit more specific breath, because the breath will really support you in that movement as you exhale up and then inhale down. Take your time, really feel the movement into each position. Be there for a moment, and then the movement out of each position, and be there in the stillness for a moment. So finding our oblique abdominals, we'll do one more. Muscles in the sides of our body don't typically get as much use as the muscles in the front and back of the body. Rest when you come back down. And what I have found to be true for my body is that the more attention I give to the side body, whether it's a stretch or a strengthen or whatever, the better my back feels. In fact, I've often used this movement as kind of a go-to when I'm having a little bit of a back flare, and it's amazing. For my body, it really works. Tends to pretty much bring me right out of that. Okay, roll across your side to the other side, or you can swing up and around here. And again, you can choose to do head lift or no head lift. So you know your options. Let's feel the knees together, taking a breath in to create length through your whole torso from your hips to your shoulders.
And then as you exhale, side bend up. I think press armpit to hip as the foot peels up. Inhale, create that length as you lower down. Exhale, gather the belly in as you curl up. And so just play, have a little fun as you flow in and out of that. You can change the angle of your lift a little bit each time. So maybe your armpit or your arm reaches just a little bit more in front of your body. Maybe it reaches just a little bit back. So changing that angle is going to help you find more beautiful muscles to lengthen and strengthen. Let's just do one more. And then as you lower down, relax, bring that arm forward, take a nice big breath. We're going to roll onto our back again to complete this series. So in the Somatic Restore the Core series, there's 4 movements: the arch and curl, the back lift, the accordion, and then arch and curl with a twist. So now we get to find our X, if you will, across the front of the body. So from opposite shoulder to opposite hip, front of the body, just like we did across our back. Alrighty, so from here, bring your left knee to you, your left hand around it, right hand behind your head, or remember you could always have that arm across your chest or even down by your side. Okay, we're going to take that little arch that we started with, so your knee presses forward into your hand as you arch your back and look over that right shoulder. Then as you exhale, gather your belly muscles in and curl up across the body. So knee comes to you and think armpit to knee. They don't have to be anywhere near each other, but you're heading in that direction. And then as you lower down, arch your back, open the elbow, look to the right. Exhale, gather your belly in and curl up across the body. Armpit towards the left knee. Inhale nice and slow as you roll down and open up your belly. Exhale, gather your belly, stretch through your back. Let's do 2 more. So we're using the intercostal muscles between the ribs to help create that little bit of a rotation. And this one's always my most challenging. That's where I'm probably the weakest in my body. But that's all changing. Come back down, lower, bring your arms to your sides, take a breath. Check in with your neck. Roll your head a little side to side. So I know I say this a lot, but I just always want you to have so much permission around taking care of your neck. You can always keep the head on the floor. But if you are choosing to lift your neck, I want you to think about that, or lifting the head. I want you to think about that movement coming from here. So coming from these ribs, these bottom ribs, rather than like the head itself pulling forward. Like I want you to put your brain here and initiate that curl from these front ribs, sliding down and in. Because that's really what brings you up. And then as those muscles get stronger here, it will help the neck relax more, strain less. All right, other side. Right knee to you, holding onto it with your hand, left hand behind the head or elsewhere. Let's tip the pelvis forward, the knee moves forward into your hand, and look to the left and breathing in. Exhale, gather the belly and the ribs in. Curl up and over as you pull your knee to you. Think left ribs to right hip. Inhale, roll back down. So you're unfurling as you come back down.
And you're crossing over as you curl up. Do 3 more. Don't rush it. Take your time. Last one. And as you roll back down, release your feet, your arms. Head rolls a little side to side. And just relax for a moment. Tuning in again to notice what you're noticing through your body. Warmth, sensation, connection to the ground. Beautiful. All right, so now we're rolling back over onto our right side. So we're kind of going around the world on our mat here today. Rolling onto your right side, head on the arm or on a little cushion, knees bent in front of your hips. If this feels good in your body, for a moment, just come on up onto that elbow or onto your forearm for a little stretch through the side. So it's kind of like our mermaid stretch in a way. We're just going to let the right ribs melt in towards the floor. It's like a little sling or a little hammock. Feel your breath moving into that right side of the ribs. You can even let that shoulder, if it feels okay, just kind of scrunch up to the ear for a moment. Now we're going to activate the side body a little bit here. So we're actively pressing down into this right arm and drawing your ribs up. So we're pressing away from the floor. Now let me show you an option. If you're down here, if it doesn't feel good, right, to be up on that arm, you can do the same thing here just from relaxing this right side body into the floor. And then as you exhale, think about kind of pressing your hips out away from you, and you're going to feel some space come underneath that right side. So the right side body just melts into the floor. And then as you exhale, press the top hip away. So you're getting a little hip tip like so. Okay. And that's going to help engage that right side body. So it pulls that right side up. Okay. So that's your happy arm and shoulder variation. And it's the same idea if you're up here. You're just letting everything sink and melt to the floor. And then as I'm pressing the floor away, I am thinking about lengthening this top hip out away to draw this bottom side up. Do just one more, whatever variation you are in. Nice, yummy inhale into that stretch, into the sides of your ribs. And then exhale. Shoulder slides down your back. Good. And then we're going to come all the way down, and we will all rest on our side. Nice. You might feel a little longer on that side now. All right, side leg series. So we're going to take that top leg and extend it straight out. Your foot is flexed parallel and you're about hip height. So our front kicks, we're going to fold from our hip crease and just glide that leg forward. And then point your toes and pull that leg back, lengthening out of the front of the body. Let's exhale. Glide the leg forward. Inhale, point your toes, pull the leg back. Exhale. And inhale. 2 more. Sorry, I feel like I have to sneeze. I think it went away. Oh, I hate that feeling. 1 more, forward and back. And remember, throughout all of these side leg movements, you're stabilizing your trunk so that it's not wiggly wobbling around a whole lot. It will a little, but not a whole lot. Okay, keep your toes pointed. Circle the leg around. 2, we're going to do 6, 3, elongating out the leg. 5. Here's 6, and reverse. Go back up and around. Scoop up and around. 3. Breathing 4. What are your shoulders doing? And 5, just check in. Give them some love. Last one, 6. And then we're going to flex our foot again, straight up and down. I know we're going through with no breaks on this series. 2, 3. Ooh, breathing 4. You're doing beautifully. 5. Oh my gosh. Last one. Oh, pull your knees together. Holy moly. Rock those hips out. Good work. Give yourself a little love pat, a little massage there, up and down the side of the leg and booty. That gets your energy going though, doesn't it? My goodness. I'm ready for my day. All right, we have one more in this series, and that's our right inner leg. So we're going to straighten that bottom leg out and bring your top knee to the floor in front of you so it gets a little rest and stretch. Then we're going to really press out through that right heel so that bottom leg is flexed, leg is really straight, thinking about firming up the muscles around the knee. And then just press up and down. Again, it doesn't matter how much. And I did forget to mention, those of you with some tender hips might want a blanket under your right hip for this one especially, because it can be a lot of extra weight with that hip pressing into the floor. We'll just do 3 more. 2 and 1. Just bring your knees back together. Nice big breath. Let's add a little twist while we're here. So we'll reach our left arm out in front of us like you're tracing a big rainbow. We're going to sweep that arm up overhead, rolling onto your back as the arm comes behind you. Let your head roll with you. And then continue that circle down over your hip. You're going to roll back onto your right side. And just do that again. Big sweep up. Take up some room. Roll onto your back or towards it. And just one more time around. Make it nice and feel good and yummy for you. And then as you come back onto your side, pause. Press the floor away or roll onto your back. And I'll meet you on the other side. Adjust your clothing. All right, so we're going to do that same little side stretch. So remember, if you're flat on your side, let's see here. We'll inhale first, and then as you exhale, kind of press this top hip away from you so you feel that tip of the hips helping to draw this left waist up to you. And then as you inhale, that side body can just melt down. All right, so that's your happy arm and shoulder variation. Okay. And then if you're choosing to come up onto the forearm, we'll let that left side rib just melt into the floor. So that little hammock, I don't know, it feels like it's a chase lounge kind of pose, like a movie star from the 40s or 50s or something. I'm ready for my close-up. All right, so from here, let's melt that shoulder while we're at it. Get a little extra gooey in there. And then press the floor away. Move this top hip away from you. That's going to pull that bottom waistline in. And then exhale. Or actually, let's inhale, melt. There we go. And then exhale, press the floor away. Pull the ribs, pull the waistline up.
Inhale back down. And then why don't we do one more? What a great core exercise. Either variation. Okay, come back down to that nice stretchy place. And then slide all the way down onto your side. And then extend that top leg all the way out. Now, take a second to look down the length of your body. Sometimes all the way out means the leg's actually a little bit in front of us. So I want to find these muscles in the back of the leg and your beautiful booty. Right? So we're going to press that leg back so that it's in line with your body, and you can maybe feel a little contraction now in the back. All right, so where are we starting? Oh yeah, okay. Foot is flexed, front kicks. So we bring the leg forward. We point the toes, and it's like we're pulling a big rubber band back. Lovely stretch. With an exhale, the leg glides forward. With an inhale, it pulls back. Smooth and controlled. 2 more. Last one. Stay there with toes pointed. We're going to circle the leg. So again, I want you to think about getting the leg just a little bit back behind you without losing that integrity of your torso, that core connection. 2 more. Reverse. Good. Just think about the length of your body, the spaciousness. All right, 1 more. Come around, and we're going to flex the foot, and we go up and down. So this is pure abduction, strengthening the abductors here on the outside of the leg. 2 more. 1 more. And sweet release. Bring it down. Notice the other side. How about you? All right, just tap that out for a second. Not to say I don't feel it. All righty. Stretch your bottom leg all the way out. Drop that top knee down in front of you. Flex your left foot. And again, just really feel some energy moving out away from your torso. Right? And then we're going to press that left leg up and down. Up and down. Good. Smooth and easy. Just 3 more. 2. Last one. And relax. Bring your knees and feet back together. And we're just going to finish up with that twist on this side. So your right arm sweeps out in front of you. Feel like you could reach a little bit beyond your fingers, so it's going to pull your shoulder a little forward. And up. Rolling around into that comfy open twist. Continue circling down over your hips into the front. Let's take it a couple more times. And if it feels good to just hang out somewhere for a little bit, be there, breathe, melt. Please enjoy that. The next time that your arm
circles around in front of you. Just let everything relax. Beautiful. Let's roll onto our back. Bring your knees to you. One hand around each knee, and we're just going to press the knees forward and then circle them out away from each other and back around. So some nice yummy knee stirs for our hips. A little moving massage. And then we'll reverse. So just a few the opposite direction. Come all the way back to center and keep your right knee to you. Place your left foot down on the floor. Actually, stretch your left leg out and place your right foot on the floor. We're going to do it this way today. And then you're going to press into that right foot and just kind of roll your hips over to the right. So we're kind of rolling up on that left hip a little, and then bring that right knee back to you and deepen over into a little twist for your hips. Arm can be wherever. It can just rest right here on your ribs if you like, or it could stretch out or up overhead. And it might feel nice just to kind of rock a little up and down. So we're finding some feel goods here through our lower back and our hips. Take a big breath here. Then roll onto your back. You're going to place that right foot down on the floor and then recenter. And then switch to the other side. So as that left foot comes onto the floor, kind of lift and shift your hips to the left so that you're tipping up, you're rolling up a little bit onto that right hip. And then the left knee comes to you and over. And then just play with a little movement on that side. Or if it feels good, just to be still. Breathe into that stretch. That works too. On to our back again, just rolling back as that left foot finds the floor, the hips come back to center. And then we can be in constructive rest pose with the knees bent, or you can stretch your legs all the way out, or just tuck a little bolster maybe underneath them, or your blanket roll that you had earlier. We're going to cozy in for relaxation. As you're finding your comfy place, just let your eyes drop closed. And feel your whole body relaxing down into the ground. And just letting go of all of the instructions now, and let this awareness of our practice, the goodness, the benefits of our practice now just sink and soak in on those deeper and deeper layers. Receiving the benefits of your practice. Feeling the warmth of your breath now, just very soft and subtle. So even letting go of the effort of breathing, just allow that gentle warmth and energy of your breath to fill you, to flow in through your cells and your tissues, bringing that soothing, calming warmth, relaxation. Softening the muscles of the face, letting go the weight of the head, softening the shoulders and the arms, relaxing your back, softening your whole torso. Relaxing your belly, your hips. Relaxing the legs and the feet. And feel your whole body resting on the warm, nurturing support of the ground. These last few moments here, if you like, maybe weaving an affirmation, a little mantra into your practice today. My roots grow deep. I am connected to my core. My roots grow deep, and I am connected to my core. And as your roots grow deeper down into the ground, and as you feel more connected to your core, notice how much ease and freedom that support and that connection bring to you, body and mind and heart. Starting to find a little fuller breath again. Feel that warmth and fullness of your breath filling your body, filling your hands and feet. Finding a little wiggle and stretch through your toes and fingers. As you're ready, begin to gather your knees to you, rocking side to side. Take your time as you slowly roll all the way over onto one side and pause there. Bring your top hand to the floor in front of you. And then pressing the floor away, making your way back up to easy pose, your easy sitting pose. Lengthening back up through your spine as you get there. And we'll just bring the palms together for a moment, rubbing them together, stoking a little inner warmth and fire here. And place one hand over your heart center, one over your belly. And just feel the coming and going of your breath again beneath your hands, shoulders soft, connecting to the core of you.
My roots grow deep. I am connected to the core of me. Bringing both palms together, bowing into your sweetheart. Thank you so much for being here today. Have an awesome rest of your day.